Hey guys, in this video I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for how to make your turf mode work better. If you like these kind of videos, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider checking out the Patreon page. I usually only do this stuff for Patreon because these videos don't get any views on YouTube, so I don't make any money on them. But a Patreon subscriber actually asked for this video, so I made it for them. If you want videos and you're having issues with something, you're stuck on something, the best way to reach me to ask questions about it is Patreon. I'm not going to respond to you guys emailing my personal email anymore. That's just getting out of control. And so is Facebook Messenger. I've had to turn off all those notifications. Hey guys, I had a few questions about this and I noticed it myself, so I'm going to make a video on it. The 2022 Pioneer 1000s have a re-engineered four-wheel drive panel. The four-wheel drive part of it works awesome. So does the two-wheel drive. But I've heard from a lot of people, and I've noticed myself, that turf mode, it's kind of tricky to get it to engage turf mode from two-wheel drive. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this, and I think Honda may have done it on purpose. So when you put it in park, they automatically make it go into two-wheel drive. Two-wheel drive is just both rear wheels engaged, differential locked, rear differential locked. So you could call this right here, instead of saying two-wheel drive, you could say two-wheel drive rear diff locked, and then two-wheel drive open diff. They call it turf mode to make it, sound a little simpler for less technical folks. But the problem is, if I'm driving around two-wheel drive, I put it in drive, that helps. So two-wheel drive just locked, and then I make a sharp turn. There's some pretty good steering effort. So that's where the inside tire just tore up my grass, right? So I just tore up my grass. Well, that's not good. How do you fix that? Well, you put it in turf mode. Turf mode opens up the rear differential so the rear wheels can travel at different rates, and it shouldn't tear up the grass. So let's see. Mine just went into turf mode, and let's do that again and see what it looks like. Wow, look at that. I'm not turning up the grass at all. Amazing. All right, so you're probably like, your turf mode works fine. What are you complaining about? Well, it works fine because I just went in and adjusted the cable. So now I'm going to show you how to adjust the cable to make it engage turf mode faster. Honda, for whatever reason, had it adjusted to where it barely wanted to go into turf mode. The rear differential defaults to being locked. There's a little spring on a lever that locks it. The reason they do that is because when park, as soon as you put it in park, even if you're in turf mode here, putting it in park locks the rear diff. It helps it not roll away and stuff. It's a safety thing, I think. So Honda wanted it to always default to two-wheel drive. And because of that, they adjusted it to where, it barely went into turf mode. So if you do the adjustment I'm about to show you, it'll engage turf mode a lot faster. You will notice a little more resistance when moving from park to reverse or any of the other gears, because right now when I'm doing this, I'm actually opening the rear diff. That motion right there, that first part of the throw, is engaging turf mode or unlocking the rear diff. But a little bit of resistance is fine with me. Now the modes function more appropriately. And we're back in turf mode, so I don't tear my yard. So the way this system works is all the adjustments are in the rear, which is great because it's very easy to get to. Honda put on here adjust diff lock system while in park and turf mode. So we're in park, right? And we're in turf over there, right? Flip up your bed, pull off this cover, 110 millimeter and a little plastic clippy guy, and then you have a standard Honda adjuster thing right here. So you just turn that nut back there, and if you want it to disengage turf mode faster, you tighten the nut. This is how it should look if it's properly adjusted, in my opinion. Right there. See how it's all the way to the end of the slot, but not quite touching? Let me show you why that matters, because now when I go over this way into any of the other modes, because I have it adjusted like that, it has a much easier time pulling it. Now, immediately in two-wheel drive turf. Basically, you just gotta adjust it so it disengages it harder. Honda has it set so it's spring-loaded to naturally default to two-wheel diff lock, two-wheel drive, and that's for safety, so it doesn't roll away and stuff like that. And they have it adjusted to where it just barely has enough to disengage the rear end, so it shifts real easy and stuff. If you use turf mode a lot and you want it to snap right out, you got to adjust it a little harder. If there's any binding on your rear axles, it's not going to want to come out unless you do this. All right, so I got cut off there. Patreon only allows 2-minute videos. This setup is a huge improvement over like the 2021 and older Pioneer 1000s. And again, if it's not disengaging, meaning it's sticking in two-wheel drive and not entering turf mode, pull off the cover, read the note from Honda, put it in the configuration that it says on the cover, and then all you gotta do is slip your bed up, come in here and tighten up this nut. Probably do 1 turn at a time until it starts working how you want it. I did 3 turns, it's a little too much. I'm gonna back it off 1/2 of a turn, and I think that's gonna be perfect.